Yeah, so you'll be back with the Audi. What we are going to be doing today is we're going to be replacing injector plugs. What I've noticed after a while with the Audis, especially the B7s, the 2005 and upward models about to 2012, once you have this vehicle for a long time, you get a lot of wiring problems because of the heat of the engine. So what I've been doing over the last couple of videos is I've been replacing some of these plugs. I'm gonna show you a close-up of the ones that we have done so far, but the ones that we'll be doing today is the injector plugs. Obviously very important. So let's get going with that. Okay, so we need to take off the induction system. Get to these two plugs that are here. I've already done the first two, just to give you guys a quick close-up of the plugs that we've done so far. So I've replaced that plug, which is the air temperature intake sensor plug for the intake. I've replaced these plugs, which is the injector plugs. I've replaced that plug, which also is a non-return valve that works with the intake system. And then obviously Okay guys, so very important that when you work with a soldering iron, please take caution. You can hurt yourself. This thing gets extremely hot, and it will definitely burn you if you touch it when it's hot. I've had a couple of burning sessions while I was doing this, and trust me, it's not nice because, like I said, it's extremely hot. So when you do solder wires, please make sure that you take care and that you put all safety precautions in place and that you don't hurt yourself. The other thing that you need to take note of is that when you guys are doing connections of wires and cutting and joining, it's important that you keep track of what you're doing, the colors of the wires, which wires belongs to which side, left or right. And what I normally do is I would try and take a picture. Pictures are always very important because it's a reference point for you to refer back to, and then you can make a mistake and fix it. While I was doing this, I must be honest with you guys, I connected one or two wires wrong. I also forgot to put on the heat shrink. Now the heat shrink is important because you are taking off the covering of the wire itself when you do these connections. If you do a professional job, you use heat shrink. Heat shrink is a replacement for what you've taken off. So it's important that you put the heat shrink on before you solder the wires, because after you've soldered it really becomes a problem. Then you have to cut and join, and then the wires are shorter on the one side and shorter on the other side. So that's not something that you want. But yeah, take note, take pictures, keep yourself safe, don't burn yourself, and keep track of the wires that you are cutting. Material tape is a requirement when you do this. The reason why I use material tape is because it gives the finished job a nice and professional look. I will show you guys a bit of a close-up after I've done some of the taping of the wires, just to show you how it looks. The plastic covers that you put over, that you get wire covering, it's nice in the beginning, but it becomes bad when it gets heat and if it's been in the car for quite some time. So the material tape is the way to go. So, heat shrink done. That's how it looks when you do it properly. Alright, there's a nice view of both being done with heat shrink over. We're going to install the plug now and then go for the last one. Right, there we go. So, 4 new injector plugs. Installed successfully. Now, just to give you guys an idea of what this old plugs look like. So this is what happens with the heat. What I've noticed, especially with the V7s, the 2 liters, the TFSI, the ALT motor, the straight motor, it's important that you make sure that your plugs are sorted, because this gives a lot of wiring issues on scanners, and it's not wiring issues, it's actually got to do with this. So the next step is, let's start the vehicle and let's see how it goes. Alright, all back together, induction system put on again, all plugs and wires are back on. Just a last look over there for the plugs. Okay, so let's see how she goes. 100% sure that it's going to be okay. That does sound very good. Don't see any issues. No lights are on. Let's go see how the engine sounds. That actually does sound quite good. Plug has been installed, brand new plug in there. And there's 4 new injector plugs. Air intake, new plug. That sounds good. That sounds very good. Job well done. Okay. So guys, listen, the important thing here is that all of these plugs cost me less than 200 bucks on TEMU. The injector plugs, for the 4 of them, it was $49.99. I know that some viewers will not like the fact that I'm buying plugs from TEMU, but guys, if you reference the part number, I've checked out the quality of these plugs. They all seem very, very good. I don't have any issues so far, and my wiring problem, it's not a wiring problem, it's a plug problem. What happens over time is that eventually the catching points at the end of the plug loosens up if you've taken it off quite a couple of times, and then obviously it loses contact over time, and that's exactly what's been happening with these plugs. So 200 grand fix for something that is going to cost you an arm and a leg at the dealership. Nice thing is that I've got a recall on my Audi for an airbag issue, so the vehicle is going back to Audi to have it checked out, and they can just do a thorough check for me as well. A job well done. Alright, plugs are working well, car's running perfect. Don't hear any bad noises. Happy days.